Hey everybody, and welcome. I'm Jeff. This is As Good As It Gets. This is part 3 of my series, Things to Know About a Cruise, Tips and Tricks. Again, this is targeted mainly for first-time cruisers and inexperienced cruisers, but everybody is welcome to watch, and leave your comments below if you have any questions, or if you are an experienced cruiser or have experienced these things during your cruise. So today I'm going to talk about embarking day. Embarking is when you board the ship. So you have traveled to your destination, you have fully checked in, done your health assessment the day before. Now you're in that Uber, Lyft, or your own vehicle headed to the cruise port. First thing, of course, when you're traveling to the cruise port, know the physical address of the cruise port for Uber and Lyft. Uber and Lyft, when you put in the name of the cruise port, it may not bring up the exact terminal that your cruise ship is at, so know exactly where your cruise ship is. Arrive just prior to your check-in window. Do not show up super early. Again, they stagger your boarding and check-in. That way there's not super long lines when you're checking in. So arrive just prior to your window, 10 to 15 minutes prior to your check-in time is perfectly fine, because when you arrive for drop-off, you're going to drop your bags, which is your large luggage, suitcases, and you're going to be met by these people called porters. The porters are going to grab your bags, they're going to check your luggage tags if you already have them attached, and make sure everything's good to go. Slip them a couple bucks for a tip, because they're lugging your bags, and if you slip them a couple bucks, they may not throw your bags onto that rack. But also, if you don't have your luggage tags, the porters are going to have just blank generic luggage tags. Know your room number, know your deck number, and of course you have your last name on there, and then they're going to staple the piece together, your bag tag together. And if you have your bag tags but you didn't have them stapled, or you don't have those neat little sleeves like we showed in the previous video, they will have a stapler with you. Know your all aboard time, not the set sail time, because the all aboard time is prior to the set sail time. They have to remove the gangway, the ramp, have all the luggage loaded, so know that time. It's very important, otherwise you're going to see that ship sailing off into the sunset. Again, tip your porters, they're doing you a big favor. And now you have your carry-on bag, which is a small handbag, or your small airline rolling check-in bag with your 2 sets of clothes, 2 days worth of clothes, your small amount of toiletries, and your swimsuit, and of course miscellaneous things. Do not take your own luggage aboard. Drop. You're going to be met by several people in the cruise port as you progress or walk through. They are going to, oh, would you like me to take your bag, check your bag for you? Would you like me to check your bag for you? That's a hint of leave your bag, do not roll it on. You are going to be going through security, and there are certain things that you cannot go through walk-in security that you can go through check-in, kind of like the airlines. There's certain things you can take on the jet and travel with when you check it in versus hand carry. Do not be that individual that clogs up the walkways and carries their own bags on. It's absolutely unnecessary. Have all your documents ready, in your hand, in your pocket, ready to go. You have your set sail pass if you're Royal Caribbean, or if you're on Princess Cruise Line. If you don't have your medallion, have your identification ready, your passport, your vaccination card, and your COVID test in your hand. It is absolutely best to print off your COVID test, so that way they can see everything ready to go, all of the papers, versus messing with your smartphone with the testing, having to put in the passwords for each of the tests. Have everything printed out, ready to go. Now, you are going to be friendly to the port staff and the cruise staff when you're checking in, because you're going to be asked the exact same questions 2 to 3 times. The reason for the staff, port staff and or cruise staff, asking you the same question 2 to 3 times is redundancy. They're making sure that everything is good to go, because as we know, the last couple of years, the cruise industry has been in the spotlight of scrutiny for COVID. They got to get everything correct. We cannot lose cruising, can't lose it. So you're going to be asked for your vaccination card at least twice. You're going to be asked for your negative COVID test at least twice when you first enter the cruise terminal, usually, and prior to entering the building. You're going to be asked, negative COVID test, please. The Second person will be asking for their negative COVID test and your vaccination card. The reason for the second person is unvaccinated people go to a different line to get embarked COVID testing. That's unvaccinated adults and unvaccinated children will get an antigen test at the cruise port. So that is the reason for the second person. Now be patient and please be courteous to all the employees. They're just doing their job. They're not there to harass you. Yes, it's annoying being asked for your negative COVID test 3 times, your Vax card twice, your documents, your set sail pass, all of that stuff 3 times. But again, it's to make sure everything is good to go for you. So just be patient. You're going on a cruise. Be happy. This is exciting stuff. Be prepared for delays. Not everybody has checked in. A lot of new first-time cruisers don't know that you can check in online or on the app. So they're going to be taking the selfies at the check-in with the tablets with the employee staff. Again, you may get held up in line. Make sure you have had something to eat just prior to getting there and your kids are fed and watered because they're going to be running amok waiting for during check-in time. So normally check in 15-20 minutes at the most and then you're on the ship. So again, Alex and I, we embarked in Vancouver, British Columbia, and it took over 2 hours to check in, but that had to do with the logistics of the cruise port. It had nothing to do with the employee. But just remember, there is a lot of food waiting for you and your kids on the ship. Once you do your check-in, they're gonna welcome you, smiles, walk aboard, be happy. Now do understand that unless you embark after about 2 o'clock or so is normally maybe 1:30, maybe 3 o'clock when your staterooms are ready. Your staterooms may not be ready when you embark. That's why you have your little carry-on bag, one of the reasons. And also go eat, have food. The buffets are always open, and then some of the other restaurants like the Sorrento's Pizza on Royal Caribbean, the what do they call it? The International Cafe on Princess cruise ships. Those are open, ready for you to grab some food, sit back, relax. Just remember, the ship was disembarked just about 3-4 hours prior to you getting on. Thousands of people just got off that ship just a couple hours ago. And you have over 1,000 staff on larger ships turning the ship for your cruise. That is a lot of work. It is a massive operation. So just remember, relax, you're on a cruise. First thing you should do when you embark, go to your muster station. The muster station is where you go in case of an emergency, in case you need to evacuate the ship. You need to go in and check in person. If you're on Royal Caribbean, have your set sail pass. If you're on Princess Cruise Line, have your medallion. And other cruise lines, you will have your card, which they will scan, and you have to be 100% accountability for every single guest, including Alex and your kids. Yes, they have to go there. They show you, hey, this is how you put on a life jacket. This is where you meet. Do you have any questions? Some cruise lines, they have on their application, you watch a quick video, and that is it. It is that easy. But they cannot set sail, and you may be disembarked from that cruise ship if you do not complete the muster drill. Do it very first thing before you go up and get your food. Please, it is very, very important. Okay, after feeding time is over and you have kids, go to the kids area. It's normally after 1 p.m. or 1:30 p.m. where you can check in your kid to the kids thing. For instance, on Royal Caribbean, it's called Adventure Ocean. On Princess Cruise Line, it's called Camp Discovery. Go there, you meet the staff, you get familiar with the location of where the child care center is, and this is the only time at which adults are allowed to go through the security gate. Yes, there is a security door, security gate to the room for kids. That is for your kids and your protection, okay? But this is the only time you are allowed back inside that room. But they also give you a welcome pamphlet with all the information that you need for your kids' care. Again, if you have kids, get all the paperwork, review all the hours of operation, review all the special activities, because they do have special activities for kids and families before, during, and after the normal operation hours of the child care center. Now, by this time, the staterooms should be ready. If so, go drop off your handbag, go drop off whatever. Meet your room steward, your room attendant. Let them know any specifics. Like for instance, on most ships, Alex likes to sleep on the couch with it not extended out. He doesn't really like the bunk bed too much, but if your stateroom, like on the Regal Princess, which we're on right now, we don't have a couch in our room, we just have those drop down beds. Let them know which bed you want, and they'll accommodate for you. If you want your bed separated, together on the floor, whatever, they will take care of it. Also, you get to let them know any specifics for your room. Now, if you have never been on this specific ship before that you're cruising on, or even if you have, walk this ship. Some things might have changed. Alex and I were on the Freedom of the Seas a couple months ago, and it has changed layout. It went through dry dock and some renovations. They added some restaurants and amenities that wasn't on there just a couple years prior when Chris and I cruised on it. Walk the ship, get familiar with the venues, get to know the restaurants that are included in your cruise fare, because you'll be surprised what is included in your cruise fare that you would think would be an upcharge. Get to know the venues, and also make sure you book anything that requires a reservation. Premium dining and some shows, live performance shows in the theaters, do require a reservation because they do have a seating capacity. So that is a great time. Get to know where your venues are. Almost every single cruise that we have been on, and it's been a couple of them, we have got our drop bags set by our door or near our stateroom door well before time for dinner. That allows you to open up your suitcase, unpack, relax, set up your room how you want it, take a good shower after you enjoyed the pool or what have you, and then get to dinner. Again, most main dining rooms do have etiquette. Well, they all do, but they have normal dress codes or guidelines to follow. Dress appropriately. This is a sit-down, semi-formal dinner. It's dressy casual. Polo shirt, button-up shirt for you guys with pants. I use hiking pants and of course my Caribbean shirts. Totally acceptable. Ladies, dress appropriately. Dresses, nice shirt, whatever the case may be. Arrive a few minutes prior on the first day to your assigned dining time, and if you are a walk-in, my time dining, anytime dining, if it's first come first serve, again, the line does form. Or if you do have your my time dining reservation, get there a few minutes early so you can meet the wait staff. If you do have a assigned dining time and table, they will escort you to your set table. You'll meet your waiter, assistant waiter, and your head waiter, and they talk about allergies if you have any, or any food preferences, like Alex likes certain things this every single day. I don't like certain things. I like certain beverages. Chris has her niches also. So you get to establish an immediate relationship with your wait staff. Okay, I'm going to cover this during the cruise on the next section, but I will say it right now. If you do have an assigned dining time and table, you have a 30-minute window to show up for that. As soon as that 30 minutes passes and you are a no-show, don't worry, you're not getting charged. Main dining room is included in your fare. There's no penalties for a no-show, but they will give your table to walk-ins, my time dining, or anybody else who wants to dine. They will be using your table and wait staff. And now, during your cruise, if you do want to go to a premium dining restaurant, have the courtesy of letting your waiter or head waiter know the day prior, hey, we're going to be going to Chops Grill, we're going to go in Sabatini's or the Hibachi tomorrow. That way, they're not expecting you, because every day they are going to be watching for you for immediate quick service, personalized service. So just as a courtesy, let them know. Again, enjoy your cruise. Get to know your comfortable places. Get to know your staff. I like hanging out at the casino bar on Royal Caribbean ships each night. Alex loves the Adventure Ocean. Chris likes the casino as well. We also like our certain bars on Princess Cruise Lines. We like the Good Spirits Lounge for the cocktail experiences. Get to know your comfortable places. Alex and I, we do our homeschooling in the library or on certain quiet places on the ship. And for those of you who are top tier members, for instance, using the Concierge Lounge in Princess Cruise Lines or the Diamond Club on Royal Caribbean's, visit those, get to know your concierge. They are your customer service reps, so you don't have to go down to the main guest services for the majority of your customer service needs, because that is actually their job. Is they are your customer service liaison to get things taken care of right there in the Concierge Lounge. Don't be afraid to use them. Establish a good relationship with them, because they could do you a favor. Hey, thanks for hanging out. I know this was a pretty lengthy video, but there's just so much to talk about with the cruise lines. Look for part 4 coming up shortly. We are aboard the Regal Princess on another week of cruising. We're so excited. We're headed down to Gibraltar tomorrow. I've only seen it from the air, never from the land or sea. So this is really exciting stuff. Take care, like and subscribe to our channel, and follow us on Instagram at As Good As It Gets. It should be like right there down below, and we'll see you on the next one. So long.